Bad Back Garage.
Welcome back to Bad Back Garage. On this episode, we go to first round of Lakeside drags, for the year. Well, I wasn't going to start this video off like this with my prep for Lakeside first round of Lakeside drags, but I noticed something that's probably not good. But I'll get to that in a minute. But I have made some changes with the car. I have Caltrax in the rear end of this thing, and this bar has always been fairly flat with the way it was set up originally. Try and get that sun out of the way. So the idea, I think, with them is to have them on more of an angle, so when that bit there is pressing against your leaf and you get axle wrap that drives in the leaf, which then helps drive the wheel down and give you more traction. I believe that's how it's supposed to work. Could be wrong. Someone please tell me if I am, because I need to learn this stuff. But what I've done is to fix up this angle here is I've put in another spacer underneath here. I had two there originally, and I've also tried to space underneath it too. But I'm having dramas with this bending pretty bad as I'm trying to tighten up the U-bolts. So I might have to make up after this weekend. I might make a new plate up or something to go under there. Not sure yet, but I've got to work something out to strengthen it up and get it flat, because the other one's even worse. It's bent even worse, so I'll work something out after this weekend, because it's Friday now and drags on this weekend, so I'll finish this off. I'll just get the wheels on the back, but I'll and had to go buy myself some more sand, because the other bags I had to leave it somewhere, so I use them for a bit of weight bias in the back, so right on top of the fuel tank in these wagons where the spare tire is supposed to go. I just put 2 bags of sand in there. I'm also going to try out some 275s. Generally only run I'll get it back over here, a 255, and that's on a 6-inch rim, whereas those 275s are on a 7-inch rim, so I'm hoping that might give me a bit of a better contact patch. But yeah, I'll get these wheels on. I've also got to set the preload on the Caltrax. So what you do is, so the idea is these arms are adjustable. So I've got to put the weight. So I've got to put some, like the weight of what I'm going to race in the car. So I really need a full tank of fuel, nitrous bottle in there, driver with helmet, and my sandbags, because that can affect the way these are preloaded. So I don't think I've got a full tank of fuel. I'm going to have to go get a full tank of fuel anyway. So I might do that at the end of this video. Oh, not the end of this video, but the end of this clip. I'll go take this for a bit of a drive, but I've got one thing I need to do too. I also usually do a engine oil change and a diff oil change, but I've only done one event, I think, since my last one. I try and do it every 2 events, because the car, I do beat on this car a fair bit, and it's a stock LS, stock 4L60 with a stock Falcon rear end, 28 spline Borg Warner, with a mini spool in it. So yeah, it's all pretty stock stuff in it. But I'll show you my first little dilemma anyway in a second. Now, when I do my pre-checks for a weekend, I go through, obviously, check oil, check engine oil, somewhere over there. I check my little 1 litre fuel tank for my second nitrous setup, check coolant, and I just go over and sort of visually check everything in the engine bay to make sure it's all good. But this time, well, every time, I check the transmission fluid as usual. I'm just going to put this down and see if this works. And yeah, I checked the transmission fluid, but when I checked it this time, I don't know if it's going to show. Probably not going to focus. Well, it's not going to focus, but that oil's only done a few thousand kilometres, but it actually had a bit of clutch material on it. So yeah, I think the 4L's finally on its way out. I'll get this back up on the hoist, and I'll drop the fluid, and I'll show you how bad the pan looks generally every service, but this one might look a bit worse. So I always keep a filter here. I always have oil because I've been using semi synthetic stuff, but I'm just going to throw cheap shit in it, which is probably still alright because everyone else seems to use it. I've got a habit of running this stuff. I don't know if this has been my saviour, but I throw a bottle in every service, and the gearbox has lasted this long. It's done probably 15,000 Ks all up since I've put this motor and box in, and I would say 150 odd passes down the track. I don't know how many of those have been with a 200 shot of nitrous, but there's been quite a few. If you watch previous episodes, you know that I have launched this thing with a 200 shot from 2000 RPM, which can't be good for the auto, but yeah, it's done well. So I'm not surprised, but yeah, the car makes 520 horsepower on a hub dyno. So for a stock 4L60 with that many passes under it and the amount of abuse this cops, and we go to Mexico every now and then and have a play. I'm quite surprised it's lasted this long. But yeah, if you watch the previous video, you know I've got upgrades coming, so hopefully those upgrades come a bit earlier. But we'll see how we go anyway. I'll get this back on the hoist and I'll get the pan out and show you what's wrong. Well, I'm sure everyone, when they do a trans fluid change, ends up with a mess like this. I haven't worked it out yet how not to do it. Maybe I'm just stupid, but it always ends in a bloodbath. Yeah, this is my problem, is that clutch material is thick. Like, it's every time I do a service on this thing, it's like that. I've got magnets in there, but they don't seem to be doing anything, so I don't know if the clutch material is magnetic or not. I don't know enough about autos or anything about an auto, except you put fluid in them and a filter in them and pray they work. But yeah, I don't have much more faith in this gearbox. I'm surprised it lasted this long, so I'm pretty happy with the way it's gone, to be honest. Just got to get this gasket out before I keep dropping more fluid everywhere. Throw it in the bin. But yeah, I love doing these transmission services, so I'm going to clean my abortion of a mess up, clean that pan out, put a new filter in, new fluid in, and then I might pick this back up when I'm adjusting these cal tracks. I'll see how I go. I might not. Find out. Well, got back from Lakeside drags. Didn't go so well. It was really hot, and I'll get the edit by my wife to throw some images of or some short vids of the car doing a couple of runs. combinations, I ran out of nitrous because I was too cheaped out and didn't buy a fresh bottle before I left and tried to use up what we had sitting around. So thanks, Adrian, for letting me use the rest of your nitrous. But yeah, got to get in, unload the car. Tyres that I tried, the 275s, get consistency out of them. I don't know if it's because they're a little bit hard or being a 275/60 instead of the 255/60, a bit taller profile, is making it a little bit harder in a 60 foot, like just slowing it down a little bit. And for some reason I just couldn't get them to hook as easy as a 255, so something I've got to look into. Could have been the way I set the rear end up, the change that I made. Might not have helped, but I did go for a bit of a run the night before, and I was doing better 60 foot with no weight in. Well, and I did have sand in the boot, so I had 40 kilos of sand, and I was doing better 60 foots on the road with some shitty tyres. So, and consistently too. I don't know. I got some work to do on the rear end. Work out why. Maybe the pinion angle changed, and just throwing it all out. But yeah. So hopefully it's probably only gonna be a short video. Hopefully, if not, sorry. But I'll leave you with that one, and hopefully see you on the next video. And thanks for all the new subscribers. Cheers, guys.
Do 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 do. Bad back garage.